Since starting Visa franchise back in 2015 with my brother Jack, we haven't had very many E2 visa renewals. The exception would be for high net worth individuals that, for different tax planning reasons, they don't want to get a green card. But we find they always get a green card through the spouse or the investor. And sadly, they get the green card oftentimes later than they should have. For the first clients we had, now we know a lot more, and working with attorneys like yourself, they're able to get the green card faster should that be what they want. But I'd love to talk to you right now, and if you could just open up on, hey, you're already here in the US, you're working at a company, or you're an investor in a company. What are some ways that you can get a green card ideally and not have to wait so long, like with the family path where your sibling sponsors you and it's like 8, 10 plus years?
20.
20.
Well, there's the lottery. So you can play the Visa lottery.
And there's no cost or minimal cost, right?
I mean, but only certain nationalities, the diversity visa lottery, only certain nationalities can participate. So,
And there's only certain nationalities that you like actually have somewhat of a chance.
right. So the lottery's one, and then there's really two ways to get a green card. There's some special categories like, asylum. If it gets approved after a year, you can apply. There's different special categories, but for the most part, we give green cards for two reasons: family or employment. So family, you're going to have your U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident parent that sponsors their kids, minor or adult. You're going to have U.S. citizen siblings that sponsor their siblings. And then you have immediate relatives, which would be U.S. citizen children petitioning their parents, or U.S. citizens petitioning their spouse and minor children. And that usually includes your stepchildren, right? So if you marry someone whose kids are under a certain age when you get married, they count as your children, and therefore you get to petition them directly as well. So that's another. So then we focus on employment, right? Because if I'm talking to a client, they usually know if they've got an American who can petition for them. They wouldn't really be bothering me too much if that was what asking me too many questions, if that's on the agenda. Yeah. So, we focus primarily on employment. And there's 5 categories of employment. In each category, there's subcategories, and each category is granted a certain number of annual visas a year. So in the first category, we have EB1. EB1 gets about 40,000 visas a year. And that would be your extraordinary ability individuals. So you'll have 10 categories. You have to document at least 3 of them and show you've risen to the top of your field in the totality of the circumstances. You merit favorable discretion. You want to show that you're going to kind of like you're still going to work in whatever fields, so you can't be like a retired football player and say, I won the World Cup 20 years ago, give me an EB1. They're going to give you your EB1 based on your current and sustained accomplishments. We've got the EB1 for multinational executives. So if you work for a company that is an established multinational that has a branch, either a subsidiary or an affiliate in the United States that has been operational for at least 1 year, and you've been working at the foreign entity continuously for 1 out of the last 3 years in a managerial or executive position, then you can apply for an EB1 to get your green card as a multinational executive if they're moving you here to the United States, either in an executive or managerial positions. That's another one.